Hey kids, you're listening to the internet's wettest podcast about video games, consoles, and pancakes. The SML Podcast.
What's up, everybody? This is the SML Podcast, and it is, can't believe it, 10th anniversary episode. We are kicking things off. We've got Jacob here, unfortunately. We've got Aki here, unfortunately. Brooke's here. That's good.
Yay!
Yay.
Yeah.
I only paid like $50.
Just turn the hose on Aki.
Yeah, we're going to have to hose Aki down again. And then joining us, I am thrilled about this. It has been quite a while. Mr. Adam Rippon, how are you doing?
Hey.
Hey.
Heyo. I'm all right. I have a fever, but I decided I'd say, fuck you, illness, and come hang out with you guys for at least a little bit.
To be fair, you agreed to come on when you weren't sick.
It's true. I was, but you know, man, I'm a man of my word.
And we appreciate it. It has been so long since you've been on. How many years has it been?
Oh, shit. You know I went to Japan and back, and that kept me busy enough that I was like, I can't. I want to, but I can't. And then there
now
was
you're
like
in Montana, and there's
global
nothing else to do.
Armageddon. There is not a goddamn thing to do here. You know, I've got the only video game studio for actually it's only like 300 miles because the guys who made what you call it? You walk around. It was a CD game. Myst. Yeah, they're
Myst
like
is
in
good.
Spokane. Myst is good. It's true.
I love that all you have
like,
to say was you walk around, it's a CD game, and you guys just got it. That was amazing.
I would have guessed Riven, the sequel to Myst.
Hey, Chris made it.
Also,
Yay.
happy birthday.
Yay. Yeah, 10 years of this. Chris, this is Adam Rippon, good friend
Hi,
of the
we
show.
met.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, we have. It was years ago.
You know, like this way.
There's been so many shows that Adam has been on and so many co-hosts that I can't keep
Fall
track
into
of.
the abyss of my gaping butthole.
Yeah,
We
Adam
just got a
Rippon,
raid from Carnage. Thank you, Carnage, for the raid. He just wanted
Gotta
to hear.
go party.
He just
Thank
wanted
you,
to hear
Carnage.
Jacob talk about his butthole.
Yay.
Good butthole talk.
Adam, you would be proud. Our raid sound when someone raids our stream is Jacob saying, "Fall into the abyss of my gaping butthole."
Oh, all right. That's some good stuff right there.
Yeah.
It is.
It paints a picture, you know?
Thank you for that, Jacob.
No problem.
Too bad it's not one anyone wants to see.
Very true.
Yeah. Paints a horrible
I don't know. We'll find out
Picture
once I
them.
open up my own OnlyFans.
I vomited a little in my mouth there. Ugh.
Good.
Only-
Good.
But yeah, Adam Rippon of Dragon Fantasy fame.
Yep, that's me. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. What have you been up
Anybody
to
ask-
lately?
What have I been up to lately?
Yeah.
Fall into the abyss
Well,
of my gaping butthole.
I was in Tokyo for a while, and I was working for some people, and it didn't really work out. So I came back to Montana to stay in my friend's guest house. I got my first boss in high school. It's like pretty rich, so he's got a guest house, and I was like, if I'm gonna be completely broke in America, waiting for a work visa for a different job in Japan, I'm gonna do it with my friend. Stay at his cool house. And while we were doing that, global pandemic came, and I was like, okay, I guess I live here now. And so we reformed Muteki. So I got a game studio here in town. I hired basically everybody I know, and we make video games in the mountains,
Nice.
which is pretty all right. Yeah, we did the PC, PS5, Xbox Series X, and Xbox One version of No More Heroes 3.
Ooh.
Cool.
Yep. I should say the Windows Store version, not the Steam version.
What's the
And
difference?
it's two different. Well, one's for Windows Store and it's based on the Xbox Series X.
Well, one is one that he worked on. The other is one he didn't.
Oh, damn.
Yeah,
I knew we could
there-
go to Chris for the in-depth coverage on that.
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I know everything.
Yep. And
Trivia master.
Working on a couple other big games, but I'm also working on a little indie role-playing game that I'm working on submission builds for PlayStation, PS4, PS5, PC, Switch, and Xbox.
Yay!
Yay. What about
Yep.
Atari Lynx?
You know, my engine's like computer recognition enumeration includes TI-84 and Commodore 64, but it doesn't really run on those.
Damn it.
Yeah.
TI-84.
Someday.
That would be amazing to run your games on a calculator.
This one might be
in
a
class. I'm
Game
looking at
Boys.
naked ladies on my cell phone. What are you doing? I'm playing a game on my calculator. I miss those days.
Me too, man. I actually did a bunch of TI-85 stuff when I was in high school. It wasn't good,
That's awesome.
but you know.
So what can you tell us about this RPG that you're working on?
It's Game Boy style. I'm not the writer of it. But it's running on the Dragon Fantasy engine.
Nice.
It's real cute. I don't know what else I actually can say about it. I've never actually talked to those guys about what I'm allowed to.
Has it been
say,
announced
so-
yet? Is it something that we've heard of?
I have no idea. I really don't pay attention to the announcements of the games I'm working on much these days. So, it involves fruit, bulbous fruit.
Interesting.
Have you heard about any role-playing games with bulbous fruit that were announced?
Chris, anything?
Nothing. It's just only thin fruit over here.
Oh, okay. Like bananas and
Yeah.
The one food RPG I
Cucumbers.
can remember is good old Great Greed for the Game Boy,
Hell yeah.
where
Love
all the
Great Greed. I don't even know this.
Oh,
I
wow.
pride myself on. I'm building a 6-foot tall Game Boy, and I don't even know about this.
You never heard tell a Great Greed by Bandai Namco? No, it's,
I did
yeah.
not. Huh.
Yeah,
it is a
was,
Namco game.
It's a Namco game. It's ridiculous. It is a fully fledged RPG on the Game Boy. I think Joe and I have both beaten it.
Yeah.
And yeah, all the characters are named after food. And it's got also like just this kind of unrelated anti-pollution sort of message in it. And it's pretty great.
Bunch of the enemies are food. Like there's a section of the game that's based on hot peppers.
Yep.
All right.
It's
Yeah,
Game Boy or
ridiculous.
Check
Game
it
Boy Color?
Game Boy.
Game Boy. Yeah, it's a great
all
card.
right.
I don't
I'm gonna
know how expensive it is, but it is fairly
it's
rare.
expensive.
Oh, is it?
It is now.
I know it had a
thanks-
reputation for a long time of being one of the rarest games that you could afford.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Huh.
I think the great greed of resellers has it's up to like $200 for the loose cart now.
Oh, well, guess who's
Emulation.
it's okay.
I was gonna say, $200 that'll get you 2 EverDrives, both of which can run that game perfectly.
I feel like I've done enough emulator collections for Digital Eclipse. I'm allowed to just download ROMs of anything I want now.
Or the instruction manual is $110, or at least people are trying to get that much. No, somebody's trying to get one for $70. But still, Still.
Jeez, I sold early on that one, I guess.
yeah, I bought it for $8.99.
Good purchase.
Yeah. I tend to do anything that I have that's expensive was purchased while it was like $5. That's the secret to collecting. Start 20 years ago.
Yeah. That's how my collection got going.
Mm-hmm.
Good
Although I
advice for all
did
you
not-
time travelers who apparently want to listen to this podcast.
Well, and
That's,
didn't think to do that before I said it. You know,
Mhm.
that's the exact audience that we're targeting here.
They're sitting there with like stacks of Rule of Rose, and they're like, "Oh, Great Greed! I should have went for that one instead."
Oh no, not instead. You can get way more for Rule of Rose.
I know that's the joke.
Oh, okay.
About 2 years ago, I think. Was it 2 years ago? I bought like a not great copy of Ogre Battle, but it is in a box for like $400. But I was like, I just got to do it now, or I'm never going to be able to get this game. But it's like, it is a faded box. It was not well cared for, but I just, whatever. I don't need like the best. I just wanted to have it.
Yeah.
And then I bought a Japanese copy too.
Nice.
I buy all RPGs in
Speaking of cool stuff from Japan, I found my Goat Simulator 3 Goat in a Box edition. Only in Japan, apparently.
That's amazing.
Comes with a steel book, some art cards, poster, and a plushy goat with a long tongue.
Amazing.
Good.
I want to see pictures.
And it is awesome. I love it so much. It's a tiny goat, but it's more I wanted
That's
it.
the point.
Yeah.
I would say, the only thing I went out and bought, like, on the, for an inflated price, not, like, actually waiting for some great sale, was Batten Kaitos Origins on the GameCube. Because I was like, well, they're never going to re-release these, and, it's only going to get more expensive from here. So I did pay the exorbitant, reseller fee for that one. But
I don't think they'll ever re-release those.
There's a rumor that they are going to, because that's been floating around. But the source for it is weird. But the fans have definitely just kind of been like, cautiously optimistic. So
was that a Namco thing or a Nintendo thing?
Yeah,
I don't remember.
It was published by Namco, but it was created by Monolith, who work on the Xenoblade Chronicles stuff.
And
now.
they're owned by Nintendo. Yeah,
exactly. But Batten Kaitos was a Nintendo exclusive thing, so they could do it.
Hey, so is Tales of Symphonia, and that's hitting Xbox and PlayStation later on this month.
Exactly. Yeah.
Which I'm excited about. I love Tales of Symphonia.
Did
you work on Tales of Symphonia, Adam?
No, but I would love to have. That's probably my favorite Tales game. Yeah, I think
that's
it is.
a lot of people's favorite.
I'm a Vesperia guy.
I see. So we must fight to the
I love the
I'm a Berseria guy. No, I'm just kidding. I don't care. I did beat Berseria though. It was silly.
I don't think I played that one. Just Fantasia. I love the technical achievements of Fantasia for its time,
I think you're starting to break up a little, Adam.
Yeah.
Is Adam breaking up for anyone else or just me?
Yeah,
A little bit.
Yeah. Well, it's partially I was not close enough to my microphone, and partially I'm full of phlegm. So wait, I'm going to mute.
Feels
Nice.
a pain, dude.
Expel on the show. Blow your nose on the show.
I mean, I
All
do
right.
it all the time. It's
I need
fine.
a sound clip.
Here it comes. Oh, God. Oh.
Okay, that was the most anticlimactic.
Happy 10th anniversary,
Yeah, I'm
everyone.
not always.
God bless us,
Yeah.
everyone.
Encore.
Congrats, viewers, for picking this episode.
Yeah.
Making memories.
Oh,
You poor
man.
schmuck.
So, Adam, what games have you recently put out that we would have known that you worked on? Like, what you mentioned working with Digital Eclipse. That's with Mike still, right?
Mm-hmm.
How's he doing?
Mike's doing good. I'm not working with them at the moment. Most recent thing I did with them was I contributed to Samurai Showdown Collection, and my wife and I we worked on the update for the Aladdin and Lion King, where we added Jungle Book.
Oh,
nice.
Okay.
And then let's see, last year did Rune Factory 4 for PC and PlayStation 4 and
cool.
1. And that was, my studio, not me, my whole studio. And then I helped out on Carve snowboarding for the Oculus Quest, which was pretty cool. VR snowboarding thing, weirdly, I didn't throw up working on it, even though I hate VR typically.
do you have any VR?
What?
Do you have any VR stuff?
Like equipment?
Yeah, that you own and play regularly.
Yeah, I've got. No, I don't play it.
Do you play?
I have like.
Do you have any that you own and play weirdly?
Well, I think most people use VR for something besides video games anyway. So.
Cooking videos.
Yes, cooking videos, indeed.
And Aki's just sitting there like, porn, lots of porn.
Oh,
Yep.
the porn.
Every porn ever. Like, it's like a room that the dude from the Matrix, and he's in that room with all the screens. It's just porn.
I wish.
Aki, she loves her porn.
Well, who doesn't love their porn? Come on now.
Everybody loves it.
Let's not act like this is a me-specific thing. Everyone enjoys porn. That's just how life works.
So, Adam, do you get motion sickness when you do VR? Because, like, I do, man, and it sucks.
Yeah. Yes, I get wicked bad motion sickness. So working on VR games has been a challenge for me, but I just mostly... I guess the metaphor would be I fake it till I make it. Like I work on a 2D screen until the last possible minute, and then I pay somebody else to test it.
It's good policy.
You get
I
it.
like it.
Do you get it like 100% of the time when you do VR stuff, or do you notice like some situations don't make you so sick? Because that's what I'm dealing with. I'm trying to figure this out.
I do get better at it if I'm doing it enough, and weirdly, like carved snowboarding didn't make me sick, and I think it had something to do with the fact that my feet were supposed to be planted all the time. I wasn't expecting to be moving like with my feet, so I think that helped somehow. But like I was working on a VR prototype in like 2016 or something when I was still at Choice Provisions, and it crashed while I was in the headset. And I just got the spins real bad, and I was like walking home, and this homeless lady who I walked past most days was like, "Hey, you look terrible. Do you want to sit down?" And she like took care of me for like 15 minutes.
Oh man, that's so cool.
I gave her like $40.
That's really cool.
Yeah. But yeah, like I get VR sickness pretty bad. I'm not. I'm by no means I wear glasses. I think that's got a little bit. I don't know what the deal is, but I'm just not good at it. People who grew up with it, I think.
Planes too.
What's the funniest game that ever gave you motion sickness? Because mine, I got to go with Disney Infinity. I don't know what it was, if it was the camera angle, how it moved, but I was playing Disney Infinity and I got unbelievably sick playing it.
Huh.
I just got super nauseous and I never went back to it.
Was it the first one or just
I think it was the second one with Star Wars in it.
Was that
the second or
Star
third?
Wars? I don't remember.
I don't remember either. You're the Star Wars nerd. You should know this.
Yeah, but I'm not the Disney Infinity nerd.
Well, fix that.
No, no, I'll be the Disney Dreamlight Valley nerd, but I'm not gonna like simp for Disney Infinity. What do you take me for?
A whore.
Draw a line at my Disney specialty.
Ashley's cousin was sending us pictures of her son playing Disney Dreamlight Valley and saying, "This is the most fun he's ever had." And it's like, "Oh, how old is he?" Like, "Oh, he's 6." It's like, I know someone who plays that too.
Yeah, and I'm
he's
38.
mentally 6.
Shut up.
You think he's that old mentally? Come on now.
That is rather generous, Joe.
He uses large words.
What?
I don't know about that.
I think my internet went out.
Did it?
I mean, we can still hear you.
You're still here for me.
Yeah.
Oh, I was.
How are you doing?
Apparently not as good as I thought.
Yeah, or better.
Maybe.
Unless you were trying to get out of this, in which case you're not doing as good as you thought.
Yeah.
Nah.
That's a powerful point.
If anyone wants to get the hell out now, you could just go. I understand.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
I'm gonna wait
Not
till
you,
my
Jacob.
food gets here.
All right, I'm out. Bye.
I'm gonna hang. Aw, man. All right, let the real party begin.
Thank God
hang
he's
out till
gone.
the headache takes me.
How are you
The
feeling,
fever.
Emma? Is it doing okay? Are you feeling all right?
Oh, I'm all
back.
right. Like my bone, I got that like sore bones thing when you get a fever. Like
I hate
I'm
that.
cold and I'm hot and all my hips ache, which is weird. But it's all my little baby son's fault. Like, he's 8 months old as of a couple of days ago. He's in daycare, and his hygiene is not the finest. You know, he's like, "What's that, doo-doo? I'm gonna rub my hands in it." Oh yeah. Oh, I got boogers coming out my nose. They're flying everywhere. Oh, Daddy, I'm so happy to see. Thanks. Yeah.
Classic.
He's made me. I haven't been healthy. I was healthy yesterday for the first time all year so far, and now I'm sick again. And like,
welcome back.
Two of the guys in my office are sick because of him, and he's going to be grounded. Like, I'm writing down rain checks. When he's 12, I'm just going to ground him one day and be like, "You made me real sick for 8 months old. Here's your fucking check."
How old's your kid?
8 months.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So you're already pretty decently along there. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. He's bringing home the filth stink from the daycare, but he never cares. He's like, "Goo goo gaga, I'm happy and full of smiles." Blah. He's cute. I love him. Yeah. Yeah, just do that to people, like, as you're, walking around. Be like, "Hey man, what's up? Goo goo gaga, blah." Doesn't work as well when
I
you're
think you can get arrested for that these days.
Mm-hmm.
Bioterrorism.
Yeah,
oh wow,
right?
yeah.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm doing all right. I'm used. I had pink eye like 3 weeks ago. Never had pink eye before.
Man.
I had my ear infection in 35 years, which was exciting.
So you're just falling the fuck apart.
It's bad, man. My wife's sitting over here like.
Have you gotten COVID yet, or are you safe from that?
No, I've never gotten COVID. My wife has.
Well, that's going to change soon. Have fun with that. You just jinxed yourself.
Yeah, right. I totally did. I went to a wedding in Florida on Halloween. It was at Disney World, and everybody else got COVID. And I was just like, doo-ba-doo-ba-doo, I'm fine. I took tests even though I wasn't feeling anything, and I was nothing.
Yo, we need to be studying your blood, dude. We need we need you to just cut off some skin and put that in the mail and send it to like the scientists of the government or whatever.
I'll just write a little
unprovoked.
Please,
not even
dude.
a note.
Yeah, not
like,
a note.
Don't even give them notice. Don't even give them notice. They just like, what the fuck? Why is there a sample of dead skin in here?
Yeah.
It's not even in like anything scientific. It's just like in a Ziploc bag.
Yeah.
Then I just show up and I'm like, "You guys, this is the good shit. You got to believe me. I had this imported for you. This is the real deal."
I'll go get my mandolin and just slice off some fingertips again.
I wonder how often the Mayo Clinic just receives like a padded envelope of human skin, like unannounced.
Oh, no. We're joking, but that's got to happen, dude. That's got to be real.
I mean, we could make something like that happen. I mean, like. How about? I mean, the other thing we could do is just send like jars of urine. I mean,
oh my god,
true.
I mean, how many jars do you have to send, Jacob?
I mean, I'm
like,
just
now
I'm just going to start saving every single mayo jar that we have.
I mean, like a storeroom in the basement.
it'll be a surprise for the Mayo Clinic.
I've been wondering what to do with all the little baby food jars.
They are gonna hate us so much.
Wet pancakes.
I mean, I already do, so
that's fair. That is quite fair. So yeah, 10 years of this shit. Adam, did you honestly think back on like episode 50, whatever it was, when you first came on to talk about Dragon Fantasy, that you would still be talking to me 10 years later?
I mean, I liked it pretty good, so I figured we'd still be talking, but I figured you would be like, I don't know, a banking executive by now. Podcasts, or do they still call them podcasts? They still do, right?
I think so.
Or am I old?
We're still called a podcast, at least.
Okay, good. Yeah.
It's one of those weirdly anachronistic things now. Like,
Yeah.
They
Like
still
the
call
floppy
it that, even though neither of those things happen anymore. iPods or broadcasting.
Yeah. No, man. I mean, like, okay, maybe I didn't think about it the first time, but I knew once I came back for like the 100th and the 200th the 250th and the 300th and the 400th episode. I was like, I'll probably be doing this the rest of my life with him.
Each time he's like, this has got to be the last one, man.
Yeah. He's like, I promise. I swear to God, 10 years, I'm done. Don't worry. And then
I'm tapping the fuck out.
He's going to be like, we got to do episode 900.
Yep, and then 1,000.
Oh my God.
Maybe I'll hang it up at 1,000.
Yeah, just like you were going to hang it up at like 500 and 400. And I don't know.
I was never going to hang it up at 400 because I wanted to get to 420.
Didn't I do the last
fair.
episode at some point? Wasn't there like...
Yeah, there was a
it?
last show at episode 110. Because Chris needed to stop the show, Chris Huber. And then like 3 months later, his girlfriend broke up with him and we started the show again. And you were on that one too.
Oh, good for me. So I was on 110 and 111?
Yeah, you and Mike both.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Good shit.
What year was that?
Let's see. Episode 110. View file information. 2015.
2015. Okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
Good time.
Time flies.
That was
My brain's like, oh, that wasn't
episode.
that long ago. I was like, fuck, it was 8 years.
I know, right? Doesn't that hurt? Like,
Ugh.
yeah.
I mean, we are on an
still think the
episode
90s
celebrating
were
a 10th anniversary of a show, so we're gonna feel old all episode.
Yeah.
Or at least I am, because I've been here the whole time.
I mean,
Jacob's
like,
been close to the whole time.
Yeah, pretty damn close.
Yeah, Chris has been a listener at least since the beginning. And then
I was on
joined.
I was a
he's
guest
the
on episode 10.
Yeah.
So I've been here since the beginning, basically. Yes.
Man,
I
what
was
is
a guest
wrong with
before
us?
you, so I mean, aside from like
Hey,
lack
kids.
of like extracurriculars, I mean,
Everybody needs a hobby. Big dumb hobby.
So what's in the future for you, Adam? What's coming up next that we can expect? Aside from that RPG, are you working on any other compilation stuff?
No, I'm not working on any compilations right now. I'm working on 2 games that are so big that if I told you what they are, I'm pretty sure somebody would shoot me.
Very cool.
So he's working on a Mario game. Cool.
And not quite that big. I mean, no, probably bigger than that, but like way less interesting. That I would
Pong 2.
kill
Okay. Got it.
Mario. Did you say Pong 2?
Yes.
At last.
So good.
Oh man, the sequel! I've been waiting so long. Yeah, working on a couple of big things. My team here in Montana, we're working on a VR game. It's mostly the rest of the team right now, but who knows? That'll probably change at some point. And then I don't know. I mean, like I got publishers I really like working with, so I'm hoping to do more projects with them, and just keep making my weird little team in the mountains bigger. Because, you know, there's not a lot of industry in Montana other than like beef and logs. So, you know, I want to be like beef, logs, and entertainment.
The third tier, the third pillar of Montana, you said?
Yep, Montana. Yep. I'll probably be like, hey, Yellowstone guys, let me make a video game based on Yellowstone, I guess, which I've never seen. Nobody in Montana has ever seen Yellowstone. But I hear it's exciting and full of cowboys.
Stones that are yellow.
Yeah, stones that are yellow. People pee on the stones. I don't know.
Fucking yeah!
It's probably cake uranium. That would explain a lot.
You're in Cakium.
Big shout out Carnage, who just subbed for the 25th month. If you don't know, it might pay to be a sub for us, because in our big 10th anniversary contest that's going on, subs get bonus entries. So if you've got an Amazon sub just sitting around collecting dust, I could use your $2.
So you're saying that I could win it as a sub, but not as a member of the crew, correct?
You're an asshole, Jacob.
I'm just saying I'm just asking about this, because if I need to put in my 2 weeks notice with this show,
and what
just
happens
to-
when
just-
you lose?
oh, then I come back, obviously. And I just treat it like you're like, oh, you came back, and I'll just be like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, weirdo. I've been here the whole time.
No Pulse asking,
love that
can
this
past
is-
contributors win? Of course you can. As long as you're not a current co-host, you're good to enter this thing.
Current as of when?
Shut the fuck up.
Am I eligible? Did I win something? I want
I
something.
mean, you're not a co-host, so you can enter if
Yeah.
you want.
All right. That's exciting. I feel like I should get something out of this
Do
relationship.
you want to hear about our contest, Adam?
Yeah, let's hear it. Tell me all about it. I'd like to know the details.
You would like to know the details. Well,
Mhm.
we are going to be posting on Twitter sometime tonight a link to a Gleam page that has a whole bunch of ways that you can enter between like following us on Twitter, on YouTube, being a Twitch subscriber. There's going to be some fun bonus entries, like if you know our favorite food.
Dicks.
Yes, obviously.
Yeah, I was going to say gaping butthole.
Gaping buttholes. No Pulse, thank you for the sub. No Pulse is working on getting those extra bonus entries because the grand prize of this thing is nuts.
Nuts. I love nuts.
How many games do you think is like too many to win?
25.
How about 50?
50. That's crazy talk.
How about more?
What?
No, the grand prize gets their choice of 50 games out of a pool of over 100.
Damn.
Second place is going to get 25 of those games of what's remaining. And then third place gets 10 from the scraps. And then the rest will be either given away on Twitter giveaways or Channel Point giveaways. It's going to be big. It's going to run for 2 weeks. And like the games we got are nuts. Like, let's see. here.
I'm jealous of a couple.
You're jealous of a
couple
lot of
there
them.
Well, not a ton of. Well, unless there's been more added, in which case, god damn it.
I think the biggest contributor has to be Ubisoft. Big thanks to Ubisoft. They donated Xbox copies of Assassin's Creed Valhalla Complete Edition, Far Cry 6 Ultimate Edition, Immortals Phoenix Rising Gold Edition, Watch Dogs Legion Gold Edition, and Oddballers.
Nice.
All in the prize pool.
And all of those edition ones are literally all the DLC for all of them.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I just bought the last piece of DLC for Far Cry 6, and it's included in the Ultimate, but wasn't included in the Season Pass.
Mr. Coolness, thank you so much for your subscription. I really appreciate it. Carnage is saying the link will be going live in just a moment. But Ubisoft isn't the only team that donated. Capcom sent over Resident Evil Village and Capcom Fighting Collection.
I'm so happy I got to review Village, or else I would have been so bummed.
Bandai Namco sent over a handful of codes for Taiko no Tatsujin.
Nice.
Yep.
And a drum?
Mm-hmm.
Sadly, no. These are all Xbox codes.
You just have
I know.
your keyboard. Oh, your controller.
Yep.
Oh, I figured they just had a drum attachment for the Xbox, honestly.
I wish, I wonder if you can use like Rock Band drums on that game.
I would have thought you'd be able to. I am honestly shocked they don't have any that they made, because like that's the perfect kind of game for a peripheral like
they
that.
They do have a drum available, but I think it might only be for the Switch.
Yeah, and it's only in Japan too.
Yeah.
Fucking yeah! That's so silly.
No Pulse, thank you for a gifted sub to Horror Acolyte. We got a hype train going in chat. That is crazy. We never get hype trains going. Thank you everyone for the subs and the donations and all that fun stuff.
Only took the 10 years.
Only took 10 years. But speaking of Forever Entertainment sent over 5 games, including House of the Dead remake and Panzer Dragoon remake.
Those are both great.
Ooh.
Yeah, buddy.
I know Panzer Dragoon. That was a fantastic game.
Yeah,
dude, that's a good game right there.
Outright Games getting the family stuff going with Bratz, Addams Family, Adventure Time, DC Super Pets, and Hotel Transylvania 4.
I'm a little jealous of some of the.
Yeah. East Asia Soft sent over 10 different games, including Zwan Yuan Sword
Fall into
7.
the abyss of my gaping
That was a
butthole.
great game.
Yeah.
I reviewed that. Whoever wins, one of y'all needs to pick. That's such a good game.
Digerati sent over 10 games, including Terror of Hemosaurus and A Musical Story. Those are both really good games.
Nice.
Lightwood Games. I asked if they would want to send a few games over. They sent over their entire Xbox collection of 15 games.
Whoa.
Nice.
And
That's
you,
really cool.
you can pick any of them or all
Or
of them.
all of them.
Yeah.
If you're one of the first
if
two winners.
if you win, you get to pick any 50 of these games. 50. Not 10, not 20. 50. Red Deer Games, they sent 20 different games.
Jeez.
Yeah, Red Deer is amazing. Penguin Pop Games, they sent over, 6 different games with Pizza Boy and Salamander County Public Television being among them. Ichigo sent over Hexagroove for us. We'll be chatting with David Ventura later on this weekend for our episode next week. Shih Tzu on You, thank you for your sub. Much appreciated. And an awesome Prime, thank you for your raid. Chili Dog Interactive sent Hell of a Ride. Zetalon sent over Crush Boards. Jacob, you asshole, just subbed. I just subbed again.
Jacob,
Announce
you
it, you
dog.
bald hooker.
That's why I left.
You guys, I gotta take off for the evening.
Aw.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
See you,
Bye,
Brooke.
Brooke.
Thank you for
Bye.
hanging out with us.
I think I'm going to.
Thanks for having me. And happy 10th year anniversary. That really is an achievement, dude. That's bomb. Thanks.
Mhm.
Thanks for having me on.
I
Nice
appreciate
meeting
you
you,
coming on
Adam.
and hanging out. Adam, are you heading out as well?
I'm going to head out too, yeah, on account of the, plague.
Vic.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
Let's get out of here, pal.
But, huge love to you guys. I'm so proud of you for 10 years and keeping this crazy, stupid thing going as long as you have. Like, it brings me great joy, And let's not make it as long as it had been since whenever I was on last.
I agree.
Hey, did anybody
Yeah.
ask you if Dragon Fantasy's coming to Switch?
Isn't
I
Dragon
wanna do
Fantasy on Switch or is that Wii U?
it. No, it's Wii U.
and 3DS.
Yeah. I wanna come back to it one of these days, but I spent so much of my life working on it. I wanna
I feel that.
yeah, I just need some other things first. But
Yeah.
we talk about book 3 sometimes. We got the script pretty much, well, not the script. We got an outline of the story written that's really good. But I just need to find a big bag of money, like huge. So why don't you get a few more subscribers and tell them to donate some cash, and we'll all make it together. How's that sound?
Hey, works for
Oh
me.
yeah.
That sounds good.
Only if it comes to Xbox as well.
Yeah,
But even with a bag of money, could I ever afford to buy 50 games? You got to
No.
ask yourself that.
Yeah,
I don't think we
right.
could.
But you can win them.
do any
But
of those
how?
games have
Okay,
a
I'm
bass bottle in them?
I don't know. I don't think there's any bass bottles, but I'm amazed you remember that.
Still on my list of things to do.
Fishing minigame to Dragon Fantasy. It's got to happen.
Drop it
Someday.
Thing now.
Yep.
Thing.
Quick shout out. No Pulse gifted a sub to My Sweaty Balls.
Nice.
So My Sweaty Balls now has a chance to win a bunch of games.
Joe,
I
that
really
seems kind of
hope it
unfair
works
that
out
you're
for
able to
my
enter
balls.
now.
Well, his balls aren't co-hosts of this show, so
My
Are you
balls
ta-
are not listed as a co-host. That is correct.
Excuse me, are you looking at the camera? That's clearly a left testicle with a pair of headphones on there.
I think on that note, I'm going to hit the leave chat button.
Sounds good, Adam. Thank you so much for joining.
Night night, y'all.
night.
See you, Brooke.
Button to leave. I can never figure it out. There it is.
Just click the hang up thing. Yeah, there you go. We're not done announcing games. Lunar Ray Games gave us Time Spinner. Hidden Trap gave us a couple copies of Dance of Death.
Fucking yeah!
Time Spinner's good.
No Pulse just gifted a sub to
you talk too
Sexy
fast. I
Grandpa 69.
Good job.
Are these people in here or are you just gifting to random people? I can't
I think
tell.
it's just random gift. I can't imagine.
Fucking yeah!
I'm an idiot. Thank you for your sub. You're the best part is you get extra entries for the contests that Carnage is doing as well for the giveaways in chat. Which, Jacob, I guess you can enter those.
No, I can't. I have both of those games. I had to fucking review them.
Well, I don't know what he's giving away. I'm reading my shit here.
And you can still, join the win 'em. You can just give them out yourself.
Yeah, you bitch.
Give them to you?
Silverware Games donated 100 bullets. Nomad Games donated Talisman. 8-Bit Legit donated Xbox copies of Trophy, which Chris, you just reviewed, and Battle Kid Fortress Apparel.
Oh, did I?
Yep. And then just today, kidding. Turnox Games sent us Reactor X, Reactor X2, Lab Crisis, and Unichrome.
I also reviewed Unichrome.
Nice.
It's a
I reviewed Reactor X.
Yeah. And you're going to review Reactor X2 next week.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, buddy. And then Carnage even donated a bunch of codes to the shenanigans going on, the ceremonies. Oh. So we have a bunch of codes from Carnage in there. I chipped in a few. But yeah, over 100 games available. The winner gets their choice of any 50 of them. It is going to be nuts. You've got 2 weeks to enter, and in 2 weeks, we should be announcing a winner on the show. So, good shit. Y'all want to chat news? Chris, do you want to chat news, or did you have to head out?
Well, I have a review, don't I?
Yeah.
I'm playing that game right now, so that's the news.
God damn it, Chris.
Well, then we'll do the news while you play the game.
No, I'll chime in on the news. I don't have anything prepared, though.
No, that's fine. PlayStation Plus lineup for February was announced. Games with Gold for February was announced. And PlayStation wins again.
Shocking.
Yeah, I made sure everyone knew that.
Yeah. PlayStation Plus is getting Mafia Definitive Edition, Evil Dead the Game, Destiny 2 Beyond Light DLC, and Ollie Ollie World.
What the fuck?
Cool.
I'll check out that Evil Dead.
Yeah. Games with Gold is getting For the King and Guts and Goals.
I mean, the thing is that, like, I view it on one hand, like, cool, I don't own these games, but yeah.
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 Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Some sad news for PlayStation, though. Their PS Plus collection is going to be discontinued on May 9th. So if you are not a PlayStation Plus member and you haven't grabbed those games,
kids,
you might want to do it now before they're gone. As long as you add them to your library, you will be able to play them after they're removed from the collection. So, Chris, if you haven't grabbed them yet, you might want to.
Oh, we took care of that.
Nice.
I just got the PS5, so that's the only way I can get games right now because I can't afford to buy them. So I got all the ones I need, so I'm good.
PS5 shipments are now over 32 million sold.
Nice,
Amazing.
with at least probably 30 million of them just being scalpers. Cool.
No, they're getting easier to find. I'm seeing them in stores.
Oh, I'm shocked.
Yeah.
That makes me happy.
Yeah, that's how I got mine. It actually was just randomly at GameStop, and I had the cash, so I was like, well, let's
YOLO.
do it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sony is also testing in a future update, currently in beta, Discord voice chat on the PS5. And with Discord chat being on PS5 and Xbox, I think we got cross-play parties.
Neat.
That makes me happy.
That's fucking awesome.
Now they just have to make more games fucking cross-play.
Yeah.
And great. But at least now we can shit on, PlayStation players in a...
Yeah.
So that's something.
We haven't had anything new coming to Game Pass announced because they kind of did it weirdly last month with like the half-month announcement, but we do know what's leaving Game Pass on the 15th.
No!
Yeah, there's some big stuff leaving too. Infernax is leaving, which I need to buy.
Did I buy that yet? I don't think I have.
Well, go check. And if you haven't, do it.
Well, he doesn't have an Xbox.
It's on Switch.
But that has nothing to do with Game Pass.
I know. I was just saying, I don't have an Xbox at all. I was just saying that I might have that game and I can't really remember.
It's fun, though.
I don't think I
want to pick it up. Besiege is leaving. Recompile, Skull the Hero Slayer, The Last Kids on Earth and the Staff of Doom, and Crossfire X Operation Catalyst, all leaving Game Pass on the 15th.
So I have to finish that in Crossfire multiplayer bullshit soon. Great.
The multiplayer's free to play.
Oh, I didn't know there was any other
story
part
campaign.
Of it. Oh shit, I didn't even realize that was on Game Pass.
Yeah, I think there's one campaign on Game Pass, and I think there's a second one available as well.
Huh.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Okay, cool.
Want to keep the bad news going?
Yeah, just ruin my life.
IGN is reporting that Xbox, Sony, and Nintendo are all skipping E3 this year.
Nice.
I thought you said bad news. I don't care about E3 the fuck at all. I never have.
I love E3. The best time. It's like gamer Christmas.
No, it isn't. Christmas is like gamer Christmas.
No, because there's nothing coming out at Christmas.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Nintendo had already left a few years ago to do their own thing.
Yeah.
Xbox has been doing their own thing for a while, just in the same day as it. And which means, I mean, who cares?
Yeah.
They all have their own events now, and they're not all one after another. So you have to sit there for like 5 hours in one day watching crap.
Yeah.
Now they're like, oh, here's an hour-long thing today, and we'll have another one in a couple months. And okay, that works so much better for me.
I'm going to miss the whole sitting down for a week and just like taking notes on everything going on. I mean, I'm sure we'll still see like the Nintendo Direct and Xbox will put something on, but it won't be in like a 3-day consolidated period, which is what I liked. It was just 3 days of awesome game news.
I couldn't keep up with it all, so I'm kind of okay with this because there was so much in those 3 days, and I would miss so much of it. I'm kind of glad that it's now more spread out.
Oh, let's keep the bad news rolling. Rumbleverse is shutting down at the end of February after only 6 months.
Oof.
What is that?
Rumbleverse is a battle royal where you're wrestlers.
Oh.
It was really fun, and it's sad that it's going away already.
It's not the only thing that's closing down.
No, even worse news. This one hurts me personally. Knockout City is dying on June 6th.
Yeah, and people just convinced me to start playing that fucking game.
I still play it frequently. Like that and Fall Guys are like my two go-tos when I need something to do. Yeah, it's just fun to fire it. It's been getting harder to find matches, so I guess the writing was on the wall, but
I've never had trouble finding matches.
Fall into the abyss of my gaping butthole.
Oh man, we just got raided with 32 viewers from Javors. Thank you so much for the raid. What's up, everybody? We've got a whole bunch of cool shit going on. We are chatting news right now. We just went over our insane 10th anniversary giveaway. Check the pinned message on the chat and make sure that you enter that and get in there.
Chat.
Yeah, this is our 10th anniversary episode, and we're just discussing news right now. And Carnage is doing giveaways in chat, so all you guests that just came in, feel free to stick around, pull up a chair, grab a drink, and wait for the giveaways because there's going to be good shit being given away. I think Carnage, did I give you that copy of Tycho to give away?
Tycho.
Yeah, because we got an extra copy of Tycho to give away. So
extra copy of what?
Tycho Drum Master.
Oh, right.
Yeah. What other news do we have? What other amazing shitty news do we have? EA has reportedly scrapped a number of in-development games, including single-player Apex Legends and Titanfall titles.
Okay.
Yeah. On top of that, Star Wars Jedi Survivor is getting hit with a 6-week delay, bumping it to April 28th.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
I'm all right with it.
That was going to be an early, birthday gift myself. Oh, well.
Oh, well, have to wait till April.
You can push your birthday back 6 weeks.
Yeah.
No one can tell you what to do.
Yeah,
tell me what to do, and no. I'll just make my birthday last 6 weeks. That's all. We'll be fine.
Hey, Aki, are you looking forward to Amnesia the Bunker in March?
I don't know. I haven't actually seen anything about it.
Bad news.
No.
You're not going to be seeing it.
It's going to May 16th.
Okay, all right. Did they list a reason why for that one?
No, just it's
okay,
happening.
Cool. All right.
Yeah.
Fair enough, I guess. Whatever.
The price of the Xbox Series X and S are both going up in Japan on February 17th, an approximate 5,000 yen increase on both of them.
Okay.
Because what do you do when you're failing in a market? You raise the price. Genius.
That's what I do.
Worked for everybody else
Oh,
that tried it.
Yeah, an extra $40 blows.
Yeah, that's shitty. Xbox is going to be shutting down the 360 marketplace pages for a whole bunch of games later on, next week?
Next week.
Yeah.
43 game. Sorry.
Do you have a list of some of the games that are going?
No, I'm actually about to take a pee.
Proud of you. Very proud of you.
Obviously, I don't
Do
have
I
that.
leave sound on or no?
No.
Oh, well, I don't
Sick
know.
Fuck.
You don't know?
Oh, you didn't know? Let's see. Counter-Strike Go is going away. Ruse is going away. Left 4 Dead 2, Iron Brigade. A bunch of stuff is going away completely. Some of the games are going to have still active pages on the Xbox One marketplace and won't be going away. I know, I believe Blue Dragon and Lost Odyssey will not be going away. They'll just be unavailable on the 360 marketplace. I think a lot of this is over games that have kind of been delisted, but through whatever loophole you could still buy it on the old marketplace.
Oh, we got some news in chat that maybe...
Yeah, there was talk that
closing.
all of Xbox Marketplace was going to shut down in May, the 360 Marketplace, but Microsoft denied that and said that they are not. Yeah.
Okay.
Either way, it's a bummer
Yeah,
that a bunch of games are going to be unavailable.
I'm still now just going to be panic buying like Xbox 360 games for the rest of the year.
I think I did the math and I need like $80 to get the stuff that I want before it's gone, like the Left 4 Dead DLC I wanted to pick up.
Nice.
I'm sitting at least 100.
Nice.
Because
That's it? I'm shocked.
well, the thing is that it's just like I'm looking at it as what is not going to have a physical copy. Like, so that gets first priority. And then it's just other shit that I'd want to have on my Xbox Series X, like the Orange Box, Left 4 Dead 1 and 2.
Kids.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, some good news. Let's switch it up. Let's talk good news. For the third year in a row, MLB The Show will launch on Game Pass. But not PlayStation Plus. I don't know. Maybe it will launch on PS Plus. They don't announce that stuff ahead of time usually. So it'd be cool if it did. Everyone can play it then. I mean, everyone can play it, but via subscription. Disgaea 7 was announced. It will be coming this fall for PS4, PS5, Switch, and PC. And Chris, didn't they announce 2 Rhapsody games?
Yeah, the Rhapsody, was it Marl Collection or something like that?
Something like that.
I don't know much about it because I'm a Rhapsody noob, but my friend who is obsessed with Rhapsody is extremely excited about this. So, yeah, great news.
Nice.
I like the first game.
Yeah, I loved the first game on PlayStation, and it got re-releases on DS and then just recently on Switch.
Yeah, as part of the Prinny Collection Volume 3 with
Nice.
La Pucelle Ragnarok.
I really wish they would release those elsewhere too.
Yeah.
Like, I would love to play Rhapsody. Well, at least Rhapsody 2 and 3 are going to be available on PlayStation.
Well, there you go.
So, also on PlayStation, God of War Ragnarok, which has sold 11 million units so far.
Do they count the ones that come with the PlayStation 5? Because I almost had to do that.
I'm surprised you didn't go for that one.
Nah, it was the exact price of a PS5 plus the game. So I was like, well, this isn't the game I want. So why do I spend the exact price for the game just to get it if I could just get it without it?
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, it's $60 extra for just getting that game as far as I understand.
Yeah. Embracer Group, who, as we all remember, paid like $300 million for all of Square's Western IPs, apparently just sold Tomb Raider to Amazon for $600 million.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you can tell, one company was smart, the other one was not.
I mean, it sounds like Tomb Raider and Amazon. Those two words sound good together.
They do. But that's still hilarious that Embracer doubled their money.
But here's the thing.
And still Amazon has a bunch of the IPs.
Amazon is a website, but it's also like an actual place. Like you can go there. It's in the world. It's in South America.
No way.
Where's that?
Yeah. Oh hell if I know.
Excuse me. There is only one in America. Thank you very much.
Yes.
All right. Last bit of news I have. Pinball FX finally got a launch date for console. It will be hitting Xbox Series X and S, PS4, and PS5 on February 16th. Adam's Family and Gearbox Pinball will also be available the same day. And then you just buy a la carte whatever tables you want.
Nice.
It sucks pretty bad that all your old purchases don't count, though. It sucks really bad. Clickety clickety. Okay. Yeah, that's the news I have. Anyone else have any news to talk about?
No, you stole all mine, which is fine. I'm perfectly fine with this.
Jacob, any news?
I do have news.
Oh,
Back for Blood is done with DLC. They are the company that made it. Turtle
Rock.
Turtle Rock. Thank you. They announced today that they're done with the DLC because they're going to focus on their next game, and they're actually a pretty small studio, and they don't have enough people to keep supporting it.
Damn, no, that sucks.
I think that's all the news I have. I feel like something else was getting shut down. Rumbleverse, Knockout City. What the heck was the other thing?
There was some Stadia game that jumped over to Epic that's getting shut down.
Oh, I was like,
the name of it.
Couldn't get that Stadia stink off it.
Apex Mobile's getting shut down.
That didn't even come out. I thought, that did.
Yeah,
it's the other Apex game, right?
Yeah,
that's all I got.
All right, Chris, any news on your end, or should we dive into reviews?
No, I did not come prepared for news. I don't keep up, so
that's all good. Should we dive into reviews?
The news is that I beat Castlevania 3 on an NES yesterday, which is pretty good. Took that's a playthrough 33 years in the making, and my cart crashed at one point.
How'd that happen? What'd you do?
It's an NES tape. I mean, they just go out sometimes.
Yes, tape.
It was pretty hot when I took it out of the system, so I was like, okay, so this might have gotten a little overheated. But fortunately, I had the wherewithal to save all of my passwords going up to, so I didn't actually lose progress. But I was on the final boss. So,
did you check out that Castlevania 3 tribute album?
I haven't yet. I'm going to, because I love that music and I know most of the people that worked on it.
Yeah, there's a lot of good artists on there.
Yeah, I've been really on this week off, just like in the hole, just playing video games because it's so cold in Texas and can't go anywhere, and just I'm being more of a slug than usual.
All right, so I guess we'll dive into reviews. Sound good?
Yeah.
All right, Chris, we'll start with you so you can get going. First game to talk about tonight is Exitman Deluxe, developed by Blue Creator and Sanuk Software, published by Rainy Frog, released February 2nd on Xbox One, Switch, and PS4 for $4.99. Quickly run into the gap as the ceiling comes crashing down from above. If you make it in time, the ceiling will rise up again and then crash down again and again, each time with the gap in a random place. How long can you survive? Chris, this one sounds like an easy one.
Yeah, it was pretty easy. So this is like Exitman is a instant avoidance game, which is its subtitle. So this is kind of like an example of how to do a game, like how to release a game on the indie market and stuff, like when your gameplay could easily be put on an Atari 2600, right? So this is the simplest game ever made. Here's I'm pretty sure you covered it in the description. But basically the actual gameplay loop is that you are a man that looks like an exit sign man, or you can pick a woman because the woman has the points at the bottom. I shouldn't have to take y'all to anatomy class to tell you that the woman has the points at the bottom. And and of course there's a whole bunch of unlockable costumes too that I'll get into in a minute. But yeah, you basically walk left to right on a single screen. The ceiling is coming down on you. There's a gap in the ceiling that you have to get to avoid getting crushed. Within that gap, there is a yellow square that is the exit door. So you can, as long as you don't get crushed, you win. But if you touch the exit door, depending on the game, you get bonus points, and the bonus points are used to unlock unlockables. Therefore, you keep playing because you want to keep unlocking. So that's it for the game. Like I said, the aesthetics are monochrome, except for I guess it's two chrome. I don't know, dichrome, heterochrome. I don't know. Anyways,
no clue.
Yeah, there's two colors in the game. There's green, there's yellow, and white, and whatever. There might be a third. I don't know. But anyways, the rest of it is in the ways that you can play this game, which are you can just hit the big play button, which will put you into an endless gauntlet, where you just keep playing till you get smashed. And like I said, if you keep hitting exits, you keep getting coins. So try to get as far as you can. There's up to 4 players who can scramble around trying to play in an elimination mode. There's also I guess it's a faux battle royale, where it pairs you with 100 other people, and they all get eliminated. I don't know that this actually has online capability because it actually goes so fast. And yeah, I
believe it's local only.
Yeah, because it's like it throws in some fake names along with other things. But anyways, it works like a battle royale 100. So there's Exitman 100. It's just another way of doing it. And then there are actual stages that you can play through, 150 of them. Oh, and you can also play a 1 round against an AI. First one to get crushed loses. The 150 games are pretty cool because every 5 games, basically they split it up into 6 different sections. Each section has a different style of this game that you play 5 levels of. And at the end of 5 levels, you get a bonus amount of coins. So this is the best way to earn coins if you want to get all those unlockables pretty quick. And also sometimes they will just straight up hand you an unlockable. But those games will do things. They vary. They do variations on the theme. So one of them is just standard. One of them's an extra narrow gap, but you can, it's slower and you can move smoother. One is where the gap is really wide, but you also move like crazy fast. One of them is where you have to touch the exit. You can't just avoid the pitfall, or you can't just avoid the ceiling. But if you avoid if you live long enough but don't touch any exits, then it's game over. And then there's one where you have to avoid the exit but still get in the gap. So it's kind of cool. And actually, I started this game this afternoon, and I am only 10 levels away from beating all 150.
Oh wow!
Yeah, this game goes by real fast. So yeah, the last thing is the unlockables. So the unlockables come in the form of costumes. There are some that you unlock through gameplay or through a gacha machine that they have set up there. You can, drop 100 points in for a 1-star costume, which is you go from the standard set, which is man, woman, man with a cool hat and cigar, 1920s looking woman with a big hat that you have to take off in the theater, samurai, Santa Claus, Viking and stuff. And a guy walking on his hands, of course. And then you get into occupational people like magicians, cops, Sherlock Holmes, a judge for some reason. And the 2 costumes where it starts getting pretty good. At that point, you have a guy on a bicycle, somebody on a Segway, just pretty fun to watch run around. You can also unlock pets, different animals, a guy in a helicopter. There's one costume that it's either a penguin or it's a reference to Fall Guys. It looks like it's a reference to Fall Guys, though. Then there's ones that I really like, and I'm just gonna go ahead and announce which those are. One is a dad doing horsey with his kid. So it's a little kid riding on top of an adult man. I love that one. One of them, of course, a ninja. And then my favorite one, a gosh darn dinosaur.
I was going to say, I like the T-Rex.
The T-Rex is great. I've also been playing with the little baby, and that's been really fun. There's just like a little baby that crawls around. It's pretty great. But yeah, I actually think the dad doing horsey is like one of my favorite ones. Because it's just so absurd. But like that's literally it. It's like I said, it is the simplest game in the world. It's very fun and you'll enjoy it. And like I said, they give you an amount of content that you will probably end up playing this game a lot longer than you think. And again, with the endless mode, you can just keep coming back to it.
Well, it's only $5. What do you think of it?
Yeah, it's at the very least, it's a fuck it, why not? But I actually think a lot of effort went into this. And like I said, this is a great example of like doing a simple game correctly, like, you know, adding in all these different modes to like make it engaging in like different ways for different players. So yeah, it's really, really great.
Sweet. I'm glad this one turned out well. It looks like just quick pick up and play fun.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. There's no depth here. No depth at all. So don't be looking for that.
Hey, not all games need it.
No. The like, it's got like 3 words in the whole game.
All right. Well, that's it for you, Chris. I guess we'll let you get going.
All right. I'll see y'all later. Happy 10th
Thank
anniversary,
you so much
everybody.
for joining us. Do you have any final words?
See ya.
That was it. That was my happy 10th anniversary.
Okay.
We'll see y'all again in 10 years.
Peace.
Later.
I mean, we'll see him on Tuesday, but close enough. Next, he got us. Next game, SpongeBob SquarePants: The Cosmic Shake, developed by Purple Lamp Studios, published by THQ Nordic. Released January 31st on Xbox One, Switch, PS4, and PC for $39.99. Wish-granting mermaid tears in the hands of SpongeBob and Patrick. What could possibly go wrong? Sure, the very fabric holding the very universe together could very well come undone, opening portals into wish worlds full of knights, cowboys, pirates, and prehistoric snails. But that's nothing everyone's favorite Spudge can't handle, right? With the right cosmic costume, everyone do the cosmic shake. Jacob, what's going on in SpongeBob SquarePants: The Cosmic Shake?
So in this one, it's a 3D platformer, and while it's not like a direct sequel to the Battle for Bikini Bottom, which got a re-release a couple of years ago under the whole rehydrated thing, where they remastered it, made it look prettier and fixed up some stuff. This version of the game, thankfully, doesn't have to be beholden to something from the previous gen. And so it very much tries to do its own thing. And unlike Battle for Bikini Bottom, this time you're playing as nobody but SpongeBob, or at least as far as I've gotten. You play as nobody but SpongeBob, which honestly, I do appreciate that in terms of like, I mean, because some of the puzzle, like in the previous game, you had to switch between characters for a lot of the puzzles. This one, you're just straight up on SpongeBob. And yeah. And so what happens is that SpongeBob and Patrick go and buy this magic potion from this lady, and it's this like bubble potion, and they just start blowing bubbles and granting everyone's wishes, like for the dumbest shit you can imagine. And eventually it tears the fabric of time and space. And yeah, and so
womp,
it's up
womp,
to,
right?
Right, of course. And it shoots everybody except for SpongeBob and Patrick into these like alternate dimensions. It's not like quite alternate dimensions, but like it's like there's like a Wild West world. There is a quote unquote horror, not like horror, but like Halloween-ish, like haunted house kind of themed one for Rock Bottom. There's like a prehistoric land. It varies it up, which is kind of nice. And in each area, you have to get back a bunch of the different characters from SpongeBob. Like in the Western one, you have to go and get Mr. Krabs. Mrs. Puff is also in there, so on and so forth. So you have to get people back into the regular dimension, whatever you want to call it. and pick up collectibles, fight bad guys, and stuff like that. The combat is far more simplified than it was for the previous games. However, I will say that the puzzles are definitely they definitely ramped it up, and honestly, like, there are going to be parts that I think that little kids, because I mean, let's be honest, they're the core demographic for this game.
Hey, kids.
I think that there are going to be some parts where they're just like absolutely frustrated, and they're going to have to ask mom or dad or an older sibling for help on this game. And
holy
it's
crap!
just
Root Beer
is
just
gifting
gave
a lot
out
of subs.
10 subs to the community. We've got subs going to Thimber, to Dark Mika, to No Time, to M317, to Fun Kevin, Latino Heat, Victor X, Trivium Champ, Vlad Slavin, and Sperry Berry Beast. Congrats to everyone who just got a free sub, and thank you so much to Root Beer for dropping 10 subs. You were awesome. I really appreciate it.
Really wants to win those games. Holy shit.
Root Beer could just like pay off my college loans, and I'll just give Root Beer all my gaming shit. I don't care anymore after that.
Well, at least this means Purnell made the episode, because we get to hear him go fucking yeah a bunch. Which is great for the kids game review, huh?
Yeah, of course.
Love it.
Fucking yeah. So the game looks, it looks much nicer. It plays heck of a lot better. Like, the jokes, I mean, it's a kids game, so a lot of the audio gets repeated. So sometimes you're going to want to put it on mute. Especially if you keep getting stuck in like the same area and you have to hear the same lines over and over again. But honestly, like, it's a pretty decent, like, 3D platformer for kids. I mean, adults are I would say adults will like it too. It's a pretty fun, no frills, licensed game. And I actually know the price. For this one.
Do you for once?
I do. $40.
And your thoughts on it for $40?
$40, absolutely. I mean, especially when there are far worse kids games out there that charge more. But for $40 for an absolutely, it's an absolutely solid 3D platformer. Now, what I do think is kind of crazy is the BFF edition that Switch got.
What's in that?
It's like $250. It's got statue. There's an inflatable Patrick. It comes with like placemats and coasters. And there's like a couple of other things. But yeah, I saw it up on GameStop's website.
I think it's on everything, isn't it?
They were only saying it was for Nintendo Switch, but
I'm seeing a link for a PlayStation version of it as well.
I mean, maybe there is, but as I said, GameStop was only saying
hey, kids.
Switch earlier tonight.
Well, it's on other things too. So that Cosmic Shake BFF edition, if you've got the money for it, an inflatable Patrick. That's funny.
Well, that's because Patrick gets turned into a balloon in the game.
Yeah, I know.
Because of course he does.
Yeah, and a statue, bounce ball. I miss bouncy balls. Those were fun as a kid, where you'd bounce it and hit the ceiling, and then it would come back down and hit you in the face.
Oh, see, I liked bouncing at an angle so it hit other people in the face. I was nice when I was a kid.
Cool. Next game to talk about, One Piece Odyssey, developed by ILCA, published by Bandai Namco, released January 13th on Xbox Series X and S, PS4, PS5, and PC for $59.99. A brand new RPG set in the world of the popular anime One Piece, plays members of the Straw Hat crew in a fantastic adventure set in the One Piece world. Aki, tell us about your time with One Piece Odyssey.
Okay, so I've put about 40 hours into this so far. And I don't think I'm even halfway through it yet. In this, you play as the Straw Hat group, which I don't know all of them because I haven't kept up with the anime for, a decade now, I think.
I like the redhead. She's hot.
Thank you, Jacob.
You're welcome.
I mean, to be fair, all she wears is a bikini top and some
she has
shorts.
huge tracts of land.
Yeah. Yeah, she has two great big personalities. But
all the females in this game have
pretty much, yes, they have great big personalities. Yes, they do. Yes. Well, all but one. But you and your crew see this bright light going up to the heavens in the middle of the ocean, and you're like, "Oh, hey, let's go to it, because what the fuck's that?" And as you approach it, a giant storm comes and sucks your ship up as though it's an alien spaceship that's causing that light. And then you're sent flying into the ground at high speed, and you're somewhere you don't recognize. And you start beating the shit out of creatures on that land, and then some young girl comes around and touches each one of you, and suddenly you're much weaker. I.e., you go from like a level 40-something character with lots of abilities down to a level 1 character with no fucking abilities. And it goes so far that if any of you haven't seen the show, Luffy is the captain of the Straw Hat Pirates, and he ate this fruit called a gum fruit, I believe is what they're called, or a devil fruit. It's devil fruit. He ate the gum one, which made his body like rubber, which means he can stretch. Well, when he loses his powers, he doesn't remember how to stretch anymore.
No.
Yeah, it's so weird. And your group is like, hey, no, we're not bad pirates to this girl. We're good guys, because that is what Luffy and them are. They're good guys, even though they're pirates, and pirates are bad. So she's like, okay, well, now you need to go collect your abilities again. They're in these tiny little green orbs or squares that you need to go find all over the island. Have fun. And so that's what you're going about doing in this game. You're trying to find those, and occasionally you find big ones that you have to enter that are called memorioras, I think is how it's pronounced. Which is basically just you have to go through an old memory that
happened. Pancakes!
It's a little different from what actually happened in the show, as they have like everything is an alternate situation. That way you're not like, oh yes, this is exactly what happened. They just switch it up on you on purpose, because your memory is fuzzy and hazy, and it's not perfect when you remember things. So things drastically change, and everyone's like, that's not how this happened. And it's still chalked up to, oh, memory's a hazy thing. It's not that fucking hazy. But so, and you go there and you find, again, more of the cubes, and you unlock new powers as you go through those and stuff.
Something important to mention is with these powers, and you mentioned levels, is that as opposed to other One Piece games, this isn't a one-on-one fighting game, and it's not an open world action game. This is an RPG. This is like JRPG.
Yeah, it's pretty fantastic, and I'm really glad that they made one like this, because this is the type of game I like. I like RPGs. I do not like the fighting games, which is what like almost all of the One Piece games are. So yeah, this you see enemies on the map as you're walking around, often collecting items, or again, more of those squares, and you see enemies, and they'll chase after you if they see you. If they touch you from behind when the battle starts, they get critical damage on you on their first hit. If you touch them in the butt and go into combat, then you get to critically hit them. Very nice. It's all turn-based. You get to see the order that everyone's fighting in on the side, even though it's kind of a pain in the ass to do, so I don't really worry about that. And it's not a particularly hard one at all, really. I think I've had 2 characters get knocked out once each in the 40-ish hours or so I've played this game. And that both of them were after I had been in battles for a while, because in between each battle, your health doesn't go back up. You have to go to a save point or use healing items for your health to go back up outside of combat. And I just don't bother with that. I usually go from one checkpoint because the enemies don't respawn when you go back to your checkpoint. They'll respawn if you go too far away from where they were, but from one checkpoint to the next checkpoint, usually enemies won't spawn in between those. So if you get part way there and you're like, oh, I need health, you can go back through all the stuff you've already beaten and go touch the checkpoint and then run all the way back through up and finish off what's left to get to the next one. But I usually just go from one checkpoint to the other, and I usually don't even get whittled down to half my hit points. You can have 4 of your party members active at the same time during the fight, and enemies can have like 10 plus because the AI cheats really badly. And in combat, at any time you want, you can switch out a character for any of the others that are sitting and waiting around. Doesn't take up your action, so once you summon them in, they can immediately attack, which is really nice. I did not expect that when I first did it. I was like, oh great, I'm going to lose this character's turn. All right, whatever. And you do this not only because your health can get low, but because there's a paper, rock, scissors type of combat in this. There's speed, power, and technique, and it goes in a triangle where one is strong to one of them and weak to the other one.
Nah.
And the enemies each have one of these attributes, and so do your characters. So you always want to be against something that you're strong against. That way they're weak against you. So their attacks do less damage to you, and yours does significantly more to them. There have been times where I've hit an enemy and done over 3,000 damage, and they do like 20 to me. So it's like, you really want to keep that up. Though with the sheer amount of enemies that can spawn in, that's not always easy to do. You do have boss battles. Many of these bosses you will recognize because, again, they're from the show. And the funny part is, every time I fought one that was from the show, there's sometimes little extra things that you can do in the middle of a fight. Suddenly it'll pop up with a caution symbol, basically, and say, you need to do this. Sometimes it's kill everyone in this specific zone before any of your characters are knocked out, or kill this specific person or these specific characters with this specific character, so on and so forth. And during boss fights, lots of times it'll tell you, oh, you need to beat this person with this specific character, and it's the same character that beat them in the anime, which is fantastic. So yeah, this game's long. It's very long.
Well, it is a traditional RPG, so those things are long. But is it fun?
Yes, I am loving this so far.
I'll be the first to admit it. It doesn't seem like they've done anything to like change the mold or break the mold or do anything special.
No,
but it's standard. It's fun. It's what it needs to be.
Yeah, and the pirate crew, they're goobers. Each one of them is kind of stupid in their own right, and it very much takes them directly from the anime, from the manga. They're just as goofy as you remember them, and it's fantastic.
Cool.
There's only one drawback that some people might care about. The voices are only in Japanese. There is no English voice cast for that. I know some people don't like that. I figure probably most people won't care, but I know some people are going to hate that because they grew up with this in English on 4Kids TV like I did. And they're like, how do I flip this to English? How do I flip this to English? You're fucking not. Deal with it.
All right. Well, Japanese voices aside, it's $60. What are your thoughts on it?
Fuck yes. Go buy this. This is fantastically fun.
Cool.
Very.
All right. Next up, fashion.
Did you say this was fantastically fun?
Fantastically fun.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I was going to say, you deserve to be punched if you had said fantastically.
It is fantastically fun too.
Shut the fuck up.
Leo Lad, thank you so much for your Prime subscription. And Canal. I'm not even trying that one. Does anyone else want to try that one?
Canal Dode?
Canal Dode?
Sure, that works.
Cool. Thank you both for your Prime subs. Enjoy the bonus entries in the contests, and thank you for hanging out and keeping us company. We're most of the way through our show, but we've got 3 more reviews to go. Jacob, you're up next with Fashion Police Squad, developed by Mopeful Games, published by No More Robots, released February 2nd on Xbox Series X and S, Switch, PS4, PS5, and PC for $19.99. Fashion Police Squad is a humorous retro first-person shooter where you fight against fashion crime using attire-enhancing weaponry, clean the streets of socks and sandals as Sergeant Dez, and experience a single-player story full of fabulous characters, dazzling encounters, and fierce runway shows. Jacob, what the hell is going on in Fashion Police Squad?
So this is an absolutely bizarre FPS. Fashion Police Squad. First person shooter. So it has like I mean, it's better than Doom, probably like along the lines of like Shadow Warrior if you want to go with like those retro first person shooter games for way back in the day in terms of like the environments that you're in and how you're able to interact with them and look around and all that other kind of stuff. But anyway, so you are in this city where fashion is all that matters, and you're part of the fashion police. You are one stylish motherfucker, along with everybody else in your police force, and it is up to you to make everyone else equally as fashionable. And you've got people who are in suits that don't fit, people whose pants that are dragging down on the ground, people who are just wearing dull suits, and also random people on mopeds who try to run you over. And you have to use all these different weapons. Like one of them is called like the 2-die-4 gun, or whatever the heck it's called. Another one is like an antique sewing machine that like shoots out needles to make the people who are wearing the ill-fitting suits to make it fit better. And you like even have like a belt that you can use as like a whip to like stun people, but it also helps you reach new areas. So you're given all this kind of stuff, and there is an actual story to this, and the game just progresses you through. It's standard like retro first-person shooter stuff. You shoot all the bad guys. In this case, you're giving them excellent fashion choices. So nobody actually dies in this game. Keep that in mind. Like you get knocked unconscious and then you just have to start back at the last checkpoint, in case the game got too tough for you. But yeah. And so, you're just moving from point A to point B. There's no key cards in this one. Instead, you have to find a pair of you have to find a pair of scissors that will cut the ribbon, so you can access the next area. And then, like, instead of like picking up shields, you pick up swag. And there's just like there's random pinup posters that you have to find throughout. And of course, it's like the main guy and looking sexy in different outfits. But so like it plays pretty well, and you have to use different weapons against different enemies. Like, so that sewing machine gun, it won't affect like the guys who are on mopeds. Instead, the guys who are on mopeds, you actually have to drain their color out of whatever. I don't know, but like use your gun to like suck out their health, and then they're just like fabulous, like sexy, like this, and like they'll say all these like weird ass phrases. Yeah, so it's just like it's a really bizarre game, and the dialogue in it is funny. My only issue is that like it tries to introduce new mechanics in this game that were not something you would normally see in these type of games. And what I'm referring to is your belt that you could use as a whip. Well, you can actually use it to grab onto poles and swing kind of like Indiana Jones or Spider-Man from point A to point B. And the thing is that it is a very unforgiving mechanic, and it just like it doesn't feel right in this game. Like it works. I mean, yeah, like it works. Like, I mean, I got through a bunch of puzzles with it, but at the same time, it gets really infuriating really fast. And it like that's the part where like the game just like starts to slow down and you're like kind of like fuck this thing.
You want to know what's fabulous?
What is fabulous?
The real Jericho dropping a 1-month sub in chat. Thank you so much for the sub. Enjoy the extra entries and giveaway goodies and
fucking yeah.
Ooh, and just gifted a 1-month sub to Deja Vu. So there we go. Thank you so much, Real Jericho. I can't tell if that's a Chris Jericho reference because it's 2 Ks. I'm not too sure, but if it is a Chris Jericho reference, thumbs up.
Thumbs up your pooper.
Shut up. Is this game fabulous?
I would say it is pretty fabulous. I mean, like, there's if the swinging mechanic wasn't so, like, as I said, like, even on the easier level, like on the easier difficulty settings, it's still unforgiving as hell. And like, I've had puzzles where I went in there with full 100% health. And like by the time I get out of there, because of the number of times I've fallen into like the piles of trash or whatever the hell is strewn around, because I've fallen so many times, like I'll go from like 100% health to like 20. And there's even been a couple where I actually got knocked unconscious because like it's just that swing mechanic just isn't there. But yeah, it is a lot of fun, and I don't actually know how much this one costs.
$20. What are your thoughts?
For $20, I'm okay with it. I'd be more okay with like 15, but for 20, I'm fine. I'd recommend it.
Sounds like a try it based on your reaction.
For $20, I would not be upset for this game.
About $16.99 because it's on sale for the next 2 weeks for $16.99.
Oh, well, it's 16, absolutely. Hell yeah.
Cool beans. All right, next up, Back Firewall, developed by Naraven, published by All In Games, released January 30th on Xbox One, Series X and S, PS4, PS5, and PC for $14.99. Hello and welcome to Back Firewall, a first-person tragicomic adventure set inside a smartphone. You are the update assistant. Solve wacky puzzles to counter the update and save the previous operating system from deletion. The fate of the system is in your hands. Aki, what is going on in Back Firewall?
Okay, this is an odd one. In this, you play as an updating file, basically. This is all set inside of a smartphone, basically, and you're the system that upgrades the phone to a new OS. That is your one and only job, to do that and then get deleted as it happens. And yeah, the old OS, I mean, if you wanted to anyways, convinces you to help it not delete both of you from existence. And you go about trying to, either you can finish the update, which makes the game really fucking short, or you can decide, no, fuck the update, I want to live. And,
you can just do the update.
Yes, you can.
Is that a bonus ending or something?
Yes, there's a couple, matter of fact, there's achievements for doing it at different times even.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Yeah, you get a couple different times where you're able to do it, and I believe each one gives you an achievement if you do it at that point. However, if you do update, you start the game brand new, fresh save over.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it really blows because there's no level select or anything. So it's like,
so just
once you beat it, you have to replay it all over again.
This is a message to just update your goddamn phone, people.
Yeah.
Or Carnage, update your goddamn games. I don't know.
Carnage not update his game?
I don't know if you've ever watched him stream, but he'll go into his My Games and Apps and it'll be like, oh, you have like 4,000 games installed because he has like 3 hard drives or something. But he doesn't have the SSD card. Go figure. And then you look down and it says updates and it's like 800 games need updates.
Fucking update, Scotty. Jesus Christ.
He's like, I don't want to update in case there's an achievement I have to get that gets blocked. Like, I'd rather keep my shit up to date. But
I've never even heard of anything doing that. Whatever. Yeah, if you choose to help the OS survive with yourself, you end up having to find the pieces of him. because you actually stop the update right before it goes all the way through. So you have to find all the pieces of him and so on and so forth. And he tries to walk you through how to get through this place to hopefully undo what has been done to bring him fully back. And yes, he is very much a Wheatley character from Portal 2. He's very much a Wheatley like character. He's just a goofball, a very dumb but lovable goofball. And you interact with other programs. Most of them act like dumbasses. They don't really matter. They give you a couple things of dialogue like, "Oh, I'm just sitting here relaxing, man, waiting for the update to happen, man. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I'm just sitting here, man." And that's it. That's all I have to say. So lots of the systems that you can interact with are just like that. Some of them have been actively going against the updates and have been hiding and stuff. They're called the Rebels, and you get to learn about them. Most of the programs on the phone are very pro let's go update. It makes our lives better, etc., etc. And you get to meet a lot of them. And it's just really weird. And there's not really a way to die in this game. Because anytime you die, you just get sent back to the upgrade room. And then the OS is just like, and here's a shortcut to where we were. Just walk through that wall because you have no clip in that chunk of the wall. Go have fun. It's just little weird stuff like that. It's a lot of just the banter between. Well, I guess technically I have to say you and the old OS, but your character doesn't talk. So I guess technically, really, it's just the banter between him and himself. But it's fantastic. It is so much like Wheatley from Portal 2. I love it so much. It has very basic puzzles that you occasionally have to solve in order to get through a level. They might be like, "Oh, you need to find this item you find it by making these things on this chart no longer true because it creates an error which unlocks this door." And some of them might be like, "Oh, there has to be 13 boxes on the ground." Well, if you delete boxes until there's 12 or less, well, suddenly 13 boxes aren't on the floor. You've just errored that part of it. Now you have to error. I think there's always like 4 or 5 things you have to error out, and they're just that simple generally. So it's not a particularly hard game, but it does take time because it isn't a short game in and of itself. Because there's lots of different areas, and you can interact with a lot of different characters in it. Again, lots of them are useless, but some of them actually talk to you and interact with you to a degree. And you can do little quests for them and so on and so forth. And yeah, I really enjoyed this. This was really funny. Obviously, as I've mentioned numerous times already, it is hilarious and I love it.
Well, it's $15. What do you say?
I'm all for it.
Cool.
Very.
Cool beans. All right, one final game to talk about tonight is called Memory Link, developed by Urantia Games, published by Phoenix Reborn Games, released January 27th on Xbox One for $4.99. A heartwarming story of a boy chasing memories of a dreamy girl, explore a mysterious world in this stylish platformer game. Jacob, what's happening in Memory Link?
I mean, it's good that there's that description because the game certainly doesn't tell you what the hell's going on. It is a very simple platformer game. Pretty much it's just, you walk, run, jump, and you push boxes to get from point A to point B. Along the way, you can collect these little, I don't know, they're like little gold dots. I forget what exactly they'd call the things, but I mean, it's like, and the thing is, as far as I could tell, they only matter for 2 things: achievements and being able to interact with certain background items, which are also related to achievements. Which is about what I'm going to get to with this game, is that essentially it's a very easy 1,000 points that can be done in probably about 10 minutes. And then the achievements just kind of like drop off at the end of the first level. So I don't know if this is going to be one of those games that eventually
gets like 40 updates and has a ton of achievements, or if it's a one and done.
Exactly. Yeah, I'd be real surprised if it's a one and done. But yeah, and it's not bad. Like it's very simple platforming, as I said. I mean, there's been a couple of times, like there were a couple of puzzles where like, I hit jump a little too late, and so I ran into the spike pit, and then I had to restart from where I was. But other than that, it's a fairly unremarkable platformer, and I don't like saying that because it feels cruel and mean. Like somebody worked hard on this, and it's not like it plays bad. It's just I don't know what's going on in the story, and I just didn't find it to be compelling. It's competently made, but yeah, I don't know. There's just, it just doesn't do anything for me, unfortunately.
Well, it's $5. What do you think of it?
$5. It's a fuck it. Why not? Because as I said, it's not a bad game. It's just it's $5. It wants you to get that 1,000 points. Maybe it'll do something else for you later on. But yeah, I don't know. There's not much to see here, unfortunately.
Oh well. Anyway, that's it. We're done.
Yay!
Do we want to do the DLC for?
Nah. We'll worry about that another time. This show's been long enough. Big thanks to Brooke and Chris for coming on and hanging out with us, and an even bigger thanks to Adam Rippon for coming on. It has been way too long. Thank you so much for coming chatting with us. Thank you everybody in chat for hanging out, keeping us company, being here. The show is going to end with some Castlevania music. We're going to play something from that Blood Curse album. How about Tiberian Sons?
Sure.
How's that sound? Jacob, you down for that?
I
don't give a fuck what you think. I'm kidding. I care.
No,
I don't.